All right, shalom, shalom. All right, we in there. Okay. All right, bear with me 1 second. Just want to bring this out real quick. All right. All right, here we go. Hey, shalom. Let's get right into it.
A Neanderthal father and his teenage daughter lived together in a cave. They were likely part of a small, tight-knit community in which women travel to move in with their mates. And that's according to a new study which uses genetic sleuthing to offer a rare snapshot of what a Neanderthal family in fact looked like. Our next poll gets you more.
This is a model of Neanderthal man, Homo neanderthalensis, created for London's Natural History Museum. They lived across Europe and Asia for hundreds of thousands of years. They died out around 40,000 years ago, shortly after our species, the Homo sapiens, arrived in Europe from Africa. Now, DNA analysis is starting to unravel some of the mysteries of their lives. Tiny bone fragments pulled from 2 Russian caves have been studied by researchers. Archaeologists excavating the caves have found remains from at least a dozen different Neanderthals. In their study, published in the journal Nature, they used the genetic data to map out relationships between 13 different Neanderthals and get clues to how they lived.
We found.
All right, shalom, shalom. All right, shalom. Before I get started with this live lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. All right, back at you with another live lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash. All right, and I just wanted to bring out some quick information, all right, concerning the caveman, okay, the dweller of the clefts and the rocks. All right, you Edomites, you Idumeans, you so-called white people, man. All right, because pretty much what's being brought out here in the beginning was Esau finding remnants of himself. Right? Hold on real quick. Let's get this. All right, this is Jeremiah 49:10, and it reads, it says, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself." All right. And the spirit has been on me for the past couple of weeks going into pretty much, Esau, Cain trying to run. All right. How he can't hide his identity anymore. All right. He's not he's not white. Okay. He's not the European. He's not American. He's the red Hebrew Edomite. Okay. So through the spirit of the Lord, Esau is being made bare. All right. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. All right. And he should not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. All right. So the point, I have some information here from this, I have some scholarship here from this website. All right. Just dealing with you, you Idumeans. All right. You Edomites. All right. You cavemen, you cave dwellers. All right. And let's pull it up here. It's going to be a quick lesson. Just wanted to bring this out for people to know, because we're in a time of heavy exposure. All right. Esau is trying to hide all avenues of truth. All right. Because as it tells us in 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, that the wicked would be revealed in this time. All right. So this is from Ancient Near East, tripod.com, dealing with the Edomites. All right. And I'll post this in the description, description box when I'm finished here. Right. But I wanted to read something real quick, because as we know, according to the scriptures, all right, Esau's habitation was originally those caves, the clefts of the rocks. All right. So as you can see here, it says ancient Edomites, Idumea. All right. Because Idumea is Greek for Esau, Edom. Okay. So as you can see here, some other material that was written. All right. See also Edom and Copper, the emergence of ancient Israel's rival by Thomas Levy. And we know that by that name, that's a 48er. All right. And it says, and Muhammad Najjar and the Biblical Archaeology Review 32 for July, August 2006. All right. As you can see here, Mount Seir, Petra. All right. The valleys and the caves of the rocks. All right. Here it is. It says at the bottom, cave dwellers, Petra or Edom. Copyright 1995, Dr. Peter Gentry. All right. You Edomites have been found out. All right. I just want to read a little bit here. All right. And we'll grab a couple scriptures and wrap it up. All right. So anyway, it says Edom, red. The name Edom was given to Esau, the firstborn the firstborn son of Isaac and the twin brother of Jacob, when he sold his birthright to the latter for a meal of lentil pottage. All right. It says the country which the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai subsequently gave to Esau and was hence called the country of Edom, and his descendants were called the Edomites. Edom was called Mount Seir and Idumea also. That's why when you have understanding of the scriptures, Mount Seir, Idumea, Basra, America, Egypt, all right, they're all synonymous, all right. So it says Edom was called Mount Seir and Idumea also. Edom was wholly a mountainous country, right, as you see in the picture here. A mountainous country made out of the caves and clefts of the rocks, right? It says Edom wholly was a mountainous country. It embraced the narrow mountainous tract, about 100 miles long by 20 broad, extending along the eastern side of Wadi Araba from the northern end of the Gulf of Elath to the end of the southern end, Salakia, to the northern end of the Gulf of Elath to near the southern end of the Dead Sea. The ancient capital of Edom was Basra. Ooh. All right. And what did the Lord say? All right, in future prophecy, that there was going to be a great slaughter in Basra, in the land of Idumea. All right. Those are the parallels. Okay. It says Petra appears to have been the principal stronghold in the 7 days of Amaziah, BC 838. Elath and Ezon Gibber were the seaports. So let's read on. Here's the paragraph, and I'm going to jump down because there's a lot of information here from these scholars that put this up here. So I just want to read some points. But anyway, let's finish it out. Here's the second paragraph. It says Esau's bitter hatred to his brother Jacob for fraudulently obtaining his blessing. All right, which Jacob supplanted Esau, man. All right, as it was written. It was all the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah. He directed the show. All right. It says fraudulently obtaining his blessing appears to have been inherited by his latest posterity. The Edomites peremptorily refused to permit the Israelites to pass through their land. For a period of 400 years, we hear no more of the Edomites. They then were attacked. It says they were then attacked and defeated by Saul some 40 years later by David in the reign of Jehoshaphat, BC 914. It says the Edomites attempted to invade Israel but failed. They joined Nebuchadnezzar when the king besieged Jerusalem. All right, and you can read about that in Psalms 137. All right, where they said, raise it even to the foundation thereof. All right, because they aided in the destruction of Jerusalem. All right, and the book of Obadiah prophesies of Esau's destruction. He has to pay for that. Right. It says they joined Nebuchadnezzar when the king besieged Jerusalem. For their cruelty at this time, they were fearfully denounced by the later prophets. Ooh, right? That's what's going on in this time now. For they were cruel for their cruelty at this time, they were fearfully denounced by the later prophets. All right. Once again, the spiritual parallels there, right? It says after this, They settled in southern Palestine and for more than 4 centuries continued to prosper. It says, it's highlighted. It says during their warlike rule of the Maccabees, they were again completely subdued and even forced to conform to Jewish laws and rights and submit to the government of Jewish perfects. It says the Edomites, here's the point here. It says the Edomites were now incorporated with the Jewish nation. They were idolaters. Their habits were singular. The Horites, their predecessors in Mount Seir, were as their name implies, troglodytes, or dwellers in caves. And the Edomites seem to have adopted their dwellings as well as their country. All right, because even that land of Mount Seir wasn't even originally theirs. All right. Because remember, going back to Cain, he was what? He was a wanderer, a fugitive, a vagabond. He really never had a homeland. You see, even going all the way back to this, right? So finish it out. It says, the Edomites seem to have adopted their dwellings as well as their country. Everywhere we meet with caves and grottos hewn in soft sandstone strata, all right? So let's read this, right? So here's some scholarship here that's posted on this site dealing with Edom, Idumea, going into the whole history and origins of Esau, Edom, right? It's a lot of stuff here, but I want to get straight to the point. Edom was previously called Mount Seir. Okay, it says the name Seir was perhaps adopted on account of its being descriptive of the rugged character of the territory, which was what? The caves. Okay, let's go down. It says the original inhabitants of the country were called Horites, from Hori, the grandson of Seir, because that name was descriptive of their habits as troglodytes or dwellers in caves. Ooh, right? It says Timnah, the daughter of Seir and aunt of Hori, became the concubine of Phinehas, son, Esau's oldest son, and bare to him Amalek, the progenitor of the Amalekites. All right. Let's go down. I'm trying to find my point. Bear with me. All right. It's a lot of information here. All right. Give me 1 second. I couldn't highlight it, but we're going to get to it. Hold on. All right. Bear with me. We're getting close. Hold on. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to read this real quick. There's a lot of information I posted in the description box. So let's start. Man, it goes into everything. The Romans, Herod. All right. Man, there's a lot of good information here in the Maccabees, all this good stuff. But anyway, so here's the point. It says the character of the Edomites was drawn by Isaac and his prophetic blessing to Esau. By the sword shalt thou live. War and rapine were the only professions of the Edomites. All right. Death and destruction. The sword. It says by the sword they got Mount Seir. By the sword they exterminated the Horites. By the sword, long battle with their brethren of Israel, and finally broke off their yoke. By the sword, they won southern Palestine, and by the sword, they performed the last act in their long historic drama, massacred the guards in the temple, and pillaged the city of Jerusalem. All right. It says little is known of their religion, but that little shows them to have been idolatrous. It is probable that Esau's marriage with the daughters of Canaan, who were a grief of mind to his father and mother, and it has the scripture Genesis 34 and 35. It says, induced him to embrace the religion. And when Esau and his followers took possession of Mount Seir, they seem to have followed the practice common among ancient nations of adopting the country's gods. For we read that Amaziah, king of Judah, after his conquest of the Edomites, brought the gods of the children of Seir and set them up to be his gods. All right. So Esau, he's not original with nothing. Right. This nigga's truly a thief. Right. It says Josephus also refers to both Josephus also refers to both the idols and the priests of the Idumeans. All right. Here's a little bit more. Here's where it gets interesting here, right? So it says the habits of the Idumeans were singular, the Horites, the predecessors in Mount Seir, whereas the name implies the troglodytes or dwellers in caves, and the Edomites seem to have adopted their dwellings as well as their country. Jeremiah and Obadiah both speak of them as dwelling in the clefts of the rocks and making their habitations high in the cliffs, like the eyries of eagles. You see? Language, it says, Obadiah 3 and 4, it says, language which is strikingly illustrated by a survey of the mountains and glens of Edom. Everywhere we meet with caves and grottos hewn in soft sandstone strata. Those at Petra are well known. It says Petra. Their form and arrangement show that most of them were originally intended for habitations. They have closets and recesses suitable for family uses, and many have windows. The nature of the rock and the form of the cliffs made excavation an easier work than erection, besides the additional security, comfort, and permanence of such abodes. It says, indeed, there is a reason to believe that the commercial Nabateans were the first who introduced the buildings into Edom. You see that? And this is why, as we see all over the earth, you know, every major city around the globe and every country looks like New York City. All right. Shows you that the architecture that we see all throughout the cities of the world, all right, it all goes back to Edom. All right. Even going back to, actually goes back to Cain. All right. Because it tells you that Cain built cities. Right. Matter of fact, let me find that. Okay. Let me see if there's any more I want to read. It says, it is worthy of remark also that the Edomites, when they took possession of southern Palestine, followed even their old mode of life. And excavated caves and grottos everywhere through the country. You see that? That's spiritual, man. So everywhere they dwelt, they built the remnants of their original habitat, man, which is those damn mountainous, cities, man. Okay, showing you that these are the people. These are the Edomites, man. The Edomites are still on the earth today, and the Edomites will be in power and rulership in the last days. Right? That's a cut. Let me read that again. It said, it is worthy of remark also that the Edomites, when they took possession of southern Palestine, followed even their old mode of life. Right? This is why you see all the buildings. They look like Rome. They look like Greece. Mount Seir, the architecture, the Capitol buildings, right? They all have that look. Okay, I wish I posted the matter of fact. Let me go to my Salaki. Jake be all over the place. All right, bear with me. All right, hold on. Just to make that point, gotta show it. Hey, Jake is visual, right? Gotta show it. Let's pull it up. Right? Boom. So what do you see? As we said, the architecture. All right. Everywhere they went, they formed their old modes of life. All right. Mount Seir, Rome, Great Britain, Washington, D.C. They all look similar. Right. Because these are the same people that are ruling. You see that? So going back, let's read it off. Finish it out. All right. It is worthy to remark also that the Edomites, when they took possession of southern Palestine, followed even their old mode of life and excavated caves and grottos everywhere through the country. Okay? And that's all we need to read there. Boom. So, hey, the Idumean, the Edomite has been identified, man. You so-called white people, this is you. You can't escape your destiny. You can't run from who you truly are. Embrace it. Right? So let's get this scripture. All right. This is Job chapter 30 in verse 1, and it reads, it says, but now they which are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdain to have set with the dogs in my flock. And this is talking about you Edomites, man, you cavemen, all right, whom Job said that I wouldn't even keep around the dogs in my flock, because we know how you Edomites get down, all right, all that weirdo shit, all right, that bestiality, that zoophilia, all right, who's all that being pushed by? The Edomites, man. So that's the same spirit even going back then, okay? People are nasty, man. Verse 2, it says, yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profited me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness, in former time desolate and waste. All right, this is dealing with you Edomites, man. Okay, you lived in them caves. All right, the clefts of the rock. Right, Malachi. Yep. Malachi 1 and 2. It says, I have loved you, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai. Yet I love Jacob. Verse 3. Malachi 1 and 3. And I hated Esau. All right, and that didn't change. Right? And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. See that? All right, you Edomites, dwellers, cave dwellers, you know, right? Verse 4, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah of hosts, they should build, but I will throw down, and they should call them the border of wickedness, the people against whom the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, have indignation forever. All right, which that word indignation is a righteous hatred against you Edomites forever. And what are they doing now? They're trying to hold on to their power, to their kingdom. All right, they're trying to rebuild, reestablish. All right, implement this NWO. But the Lord said they shall build, but I will throw down. Okay, the Lord's he's coming to tear this whole system down, this beast, and they should call it in the border of wickedness. Yeah, because everywhere the Edomite is at in the planet Earth, death and destruction and wickedness follows. All right. Job 30 and 4, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. See, verse 4. All right, going back to you, you cavemen. All right, you were in that beast-like state. All right, that's why it's spiritual. All right, you see Esau in his original form, right, and you see the Edomite right behind him. All right, this is you, buddy. Right. It says Job 30 and 5. It says they were driven forth among men. All right. They were driven off to those caves, man. All right. They were driven forth among men. They cried after them as a thief. Right. Even when you go back to the times of the dark ages, man. All right. We had Esau in captivity, man. He was driven into them caves. Matter of fact, here we go right here. Jeremiah 30 and 6. I'm sorry, Job 30 and 6. It says, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks. All right. Everything that we just read here in this brief scholarship. Right. Going into the origins of Esau, Edom, Idumea, who you are, who the people are, man. The clefts of the rocks. Right. To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. Yeah, you was in that caveman, beast-like form, man. Right? Verse 8, they were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth, all right? Because you Edomites are nasty, man. All right, what's that word vile mean? Let's pull that up. Okay, vile, morally depraved, ignoble, or wicked. Ooh, the wicked. Okay, disgusting, repulsive. Yeah, that's Esau. And look at everything that he's pushed in the earth under the rulership of the Edomite, under the wicked. Look at everything that's been legalized, that's been exalted, man. All right. Like we said, pedophilia, zoophilia, bestiality, all this weirdoism. All right. Sodomy, transformism. All right. All of that's being spearheaded by who? All right. The Edomite. Because he's the one that's in power. The children of fools, base men, they were viler than all the earth. Right. Get on camera talking about you only wash up one day out of the week. You know, these are the people, man. Can't make this up. They were viler than the earth, man. We can go into all the atrocities. We'll be here all day. Right. Real quick, let's get this too. All right. Edom will be humbled. Obadiah 1. We're going to read 1 through 3. 1 through 4. Here we go. Obadiah 1 and 1. It says the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Shemel Shai, concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, and an ambassador sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. All right. And this is happening now. All right. The nations are rising up to go to war with Edom. All right. America, NATO, and the EU, man, are going to get drawn into World War III, the beast. All right. The hegemony and power structure of the Edomite. Okay. War is being waged against them. Verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Yeah, going into you 48ers, you small hats. Okay. Esau, what does it say that it's in 2nd Ezra 6 that Amalek was the first of the nations? All right. We're in the rule of Amalek, man, who is getting ready to go down. Thou art greatly despised. Verse 3, the pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. See? That thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, Petra, all right, you Edomites, the original cave dwellers and whatnot. You see? Whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's the mindset of the Edomite, man. His pride is high, that saith in his mind, who shall bring me down to the ground? Who's going to conquer me? Who's going to take me down? All right? His mindset is that he's invincible, that he's always going to remain in power. Right? But we're here to tell you otherwise. All right. Let's bring this out. As I always do, that word rock goes back to Salah, crag, cliff, rock. Right? The point in the lexicon here, let's pull it out. All right. It says Salah or Selah. It says Petra, the chief city of the Edomites, situated between the Dead Sea and the Atlantic Gulf, in a valley surrounded with lofty rocks, so that a very great part of the abodes were excavated in the rock. All right, the caves. Okay, this is how they lived. These are the same people that are in power over the earth today. The Edomites have not been done away with. They are ruling. All right, and we're at the end of his empire, of his power. The end of his world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it, man. Heavy times, man. All right. Hey, he shall no longer he shall not be able to hide himself. See that? This is why they got to get rid of the internet, man. Right? Obadiah 1 and 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, right? As we read earlier, it was the representation of Esau, Edom. That was his symbol. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai. Yeah, so this man is being brought down. And how it's being done by this information that's coming out about him. All right. How he tried to hide, how he tried to suppress it. All right. But he's being consumed. He's being consumed by the spirit of his mouth. All right. Which is the prophets. You see? Verse 6, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? You see that? How are the things of Esau searched out, and how are his hidden things have been sought up, man? This is some good information. I'm actually going to go back and try to read the majority of it, because it gives you like everything, man. Time in the Maccabees, all right, Dumia, you know, his whole origins, man. All right. So I'll post this in the description box. Lord's will, you know, this lesson was edifying to all those that tuned in. All right. He can't hide himself no more. It's a wrap, man. All right. He's done. All right. So, hey, I pray that this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. A double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring. A shalom. All right. And hold on, before I close out, hold on. Let me get that scripture that I was talking about with Cain. Right, bear with me. Hold on. It just hit me. Let me find it. Bear with me. All right. Ooh, here we go. Salakia. I psyched y'all out. All right, this is real quick. Okay, this is Genesis 4. Genesis 4 and 16, going all the way back to Cain, all right? Going back to those cities, you know, as we showed earlier, right? I still got it pulled up. Yeah. So as we were showing the parallels and the similarities, that these are the same people. Real quick. Genesis 4 and 16, it says, and Cain went out from the presence of the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. 17, verse 17, a point, it says, and Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch, and he builded a city. See that? And he builded a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. You see that? So Cain, the cities came from Cain. All right. These are the same people. You see that? So everything is spiritual, man. All right. So with that, I pray that this lesson is edifying. We give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, Brakathum. All right. And a shalom to the next one. A shalom.